Recently, the leaderboard rankings for the entire world have been released. We've been asking for this for a long time, Valve. Let's see who's on top. And let's find out if they're legitimate or if they're cheating. Finally, Valve, I've been waiting for this day for us to actually see if the top players on the leaderboard are legitimate or cheating. Now, the first thing I want you guys to take note of is that all of the top players seem to be from South America. And look at their win rates. They're around 90% or higher. That's just absolutely insane with the number of cheaters I've come across. So I came across this game which has two of the players from the top 5 in it. And of course, another player that's 31K. The guy that won is also grouped up with them but is unranked. But not only that, these guys are all really high ranked in FACEIT. Even this player that's called One Ayala, which is actually the unranked player. So given this information, might all these players actually be legitimate? Let's find out right after a word from this video's sponsor. If you want to sell your skins quickly, safely, and easily, then check out sellyourskins.com. Sell Your Skins is rated a 4.5 on Trustpilot by over 165,000 users. Talk about being trusted. The link is in the description below. They offer higher prices than other cash-out sites. And you can get paid through PayPal, Revolt, Bank Transfer, and other various methods. You can also receive up to 5% more cash through the site ranking system. If you use the link in the description and promo code TIMES, you will get an extra 5% as well. That's sellyourskins.com. Now, does that mean they're cheating? Well, I guess we're going to have to wait and find out. But let's start off by watching NotJuanjo, who is number 2 on leaderboards as of the time of recording this. They are playing as a 4Q. One of them does not have a rank, but all of them are FACEIT rank 10s. And he's going to be peeking around here. He's coming up the staircase, the A ramp. And there is one guy on the left-hand side. He spots out his shoulder, taking some taps, spots a guy far back too. And just taking some taps as he peeks out, able to take down that happy face guy. Alright, peeking across here. Meanwhile, his teammates have taken the other site. Let's see how his first death actually goes. He makes his way over here towards the A site. This is round number 3. We got a left-hand side. He's checking the left side of that smoke just in case anyone's trying to use it to peek through it. He's up close here. Looking over to the right where someone would usually hide if they had pushed through that smoke. And spots a guy out, just not quite able to tap him in the face. Nothing too strange there. Now I'm going to do a little bit of highlights here. See, there's one guy on catwalk. He is able to take him down. You can see he does have fairly good aim, so he is able to just win his duels pretty easily. Spot a guy here rotating through. Now one guy on the left-hand side jumps through the window here, checking the site. Here's him shooting at his teammate from behind, so he turns around and gets the kill. This time he's going to be coming up from connector, looking over here towards the A site. He does check everything. From what I can tell, he is looking pretty legit. I mean, it is possible that him or his teammates might be using a radar hack, but right now I don't really see any signs of that. Right, there is one guy in window. He's going to be pushing his way up from connector, spots one out, looks over to the right side, knew there was one guy window. He didn't know about the second guy, and he shouldn't have known about the second guy window. It looked pretty legit, actually, so he's making his way out. Checking pretty standard positionings there. Does hit the headshot. One guy over here in spawn. Of course, he knows that from earlier. And he's able to spray him down also. One guy over here in window. He gets absolutely destroyed right there. Now, this is an interesting round. He's pushing his way through mid. You can see an aggressive smoke in mid. He's spamming it just in case someone has pushed through it. His teammate was able to take out the other guy. And he does clear at the bottom of mid. Let's watch that round again. All right, so he's making his way from top mid here. Other team is very low in money. They probably know that. Pushing his way down here towards bottom mid. Looking to the right of that smoke. There's one guy in that smoke. He spots one guy out, shoots his teammate a little bit, and then spots this guy out as he looks towards underpass. One guy on cat. He's ready for it, though. Shooting behind him into that smoke or shooting at his teammates, one or the other. Not entirely sure which. I'm not going to lie. There is definitely some pretty high awareness on this round, but I don't think it's more than he should have had. One of the bullet holes opened up and showed the guy in connector for a moment, which is why he knew he was there to finish him off. The other guy pushed middle, and, you know, you're going to be suspicious of a weird smoke like that in mid. So, yeah, shadiest round so far, but really nothing to be concerned about. Making his way back over here towards mid. Does spot out one guy in mid, peeks out, and gets absolutely annihilated. One guy close A ramp. That nades perfectly on that guy. He was over to the left at first. Alright, sets up for some utility. Throws this utility over there. And pushes his way up ramp. One guy up close here. And that nade's just a little bit strange. I don't know if he's doing it to blow up the smoke. Because it actually did blow up the smoke. I would have thought it would be too far to blow up the smoke. It's just strange that he nades that right side like that. Coming back over towards connector. Gonna spot one guy out. Gets the tap on the back of the head of Gatto there. More guy over there in sight. Taking some taps. Is gonna spot another one out. Gets another headshot. Got some very good aim, honestly. He's very consistent. On his body. Spots his head. Gets the headshot. Just going to leave one terrorist remaining. They don't know where he's at, but now they do. On this round, he's making his way over here towards Catwalk. Going to throw a flashbang over towards mid. Here's a lot of fighting going on. There's another flashbang out. Peeks top mid. Doesn't actually spot anyone out. One guy is rotating through spawn. He almost looked like he was kind of following him a little bit through the wall, but maybe not. Now this one guy in mid, he's able to take down. Peeks out at the right time. Don't forget, this is a 4Q that he's playing with, so there is a good chance there's a lot of good call-outs here. No, he doesn't actually hear anything over here. Alright, so he pushes aggressive here. He has this smoked off. Holding the angle. This is pretty standard so far. So he peeks out as soon as the smoke fades. Spots out the first guy. Able to get a kill there. Peeks out again. Gets another kill. Nothing too suspicious about that. Towards Van, comes out looking towards the right side. Not too worried about that left side, but he gets outshot there. The guy in sight, he spots the second one out. Able to take him down. Doesn't know about the first one because he never actually spotted him out, and he turned away from him. Peeks out on this round and spots him out, but gets completely destroyed right there. Now he's going to come up here once again. This time he's able to win the fight. The exact same goal as before. He spams through the smoke, and it looked like it was dead onto the terrorist behind, but that terrorist was also behind another wall. Holding the site once again. The terrorist over here waiting to make their way over here towards the site. Gets caught out in the window. Worst place to be. I don't know why he took that fight, but either way. At that point, he was almost committed to the next part of the window. He could have gotten away. So this guy was the top frag in this game, and just slightly more kills than the other guy we just watched. He is not, as far as I'm aware of, on the leaderboard. He doesn't have a rank. Pushing his way over here towards site. He is face at rank 10 though. And of course 3 of these guys are like, I think in the top 300 of face at rank 10. I do want to watch this round. Okay. So he's going to peek out here after he hears his teammate in this fight with that first CT. He spots out the second guy as he peeks up off of the stairs. So that's not too suspicious that he continues watching this. Peeks out over here towards jungle, able to get a kill because his teammates are pushing up and they need to pinch that next position. Next guy's over here in spawn. He peeks out, spots his head. Spots him out, tags him up quite a bit. One guy coming from connector. And he's not quite able to shoot him, but he is aware enough to know because his teammate did go down. Alright, on this round, making his way over here towards the A site from ramp. One guy up top, spots him out, just sprays him down, catches him with his pants down. More guy up there. Kind of playing the smoke. Speaking aggressively here, though. Now he's committed to it. He does hit the shots, though, and is able to get the win. Takes out one guy over here at jungle, but another guy up close. Knows that there's another guy up close because his teammate just died to a different guy than he did. Alright, pushing his way up here. He does get burned by the fire a little bit. He's spotting these guys out. It's just like shooting fish in a barrel for him as he just takes them down one by one. That being said, that guy on E-Box does eventually get him. Alright, making his way down here. Looking on the right-hand side. He spams it. That's a little strange. That's a little strange. Alright, watch this again. He comes in here, checks to the right, spams that. He's in the smoke. He can't see exactly where this guy is, but he's aiming on him pretty perfectly. Even though that guy could be moving to the left or whatever, it's really hard to, you know, navigate yourself. Maybe he's looking through the radar or whatever, but still, the way that he aimed on that guy, while in the midst of the middle of the smoke, was a little bit strange. Let's see if he does anything else like that. When the guy close left here, he'll take him down and takes down this guy on stairs. Let's watch that round from the beginning. Alright, nade comes in, pushes his way up, spots out this guy on the left-hand side. That guy on the left-hand side, he reacted to so quickly, almost as if he knew he was there. Another really nice shot onto the guy at underpass. This guy definitely looks shadier than the last guy, that's for sure. Coming down the right-hand side here. He's going to take him down. Peeks out, only to get killed by the guy at window. His awareness is definitely on point. And he's also the one that gets that guy that pushes aggressive through the smoke. Let's watch this. Yeah, he seems to be aware of it. Able to take out the guy over here in connector, where he tags him up and then nades him. Nothing too strange about that. Throws the nade off the wall. One guy underneath balcony here. Able to peek out. Takes out the first one. Alright, peeks back out. Bunch of terrorists taking the site, and he gets absolutely annihilated there. Peeks back up. Has the Deagle in hand. Spots out the terrorist. Not quite able to connect with the headshot. There's one guy up top here. He is able to tag him. One more guy on catwalk. Peeking back out. Does dink him. Not enough to get the kill though. Went around the wall here. Checks over to the right. Spots him out on the left-hand side. And is finally able to spray him down. Now we just see him literally spraying a guy through a smoke again. Let's find out how this actually happened. Alright, he gets this kill, makes his way over here towards catwalk. He does spot him out before the smoke pops, and then he just tries spraying the spot. He does quite a bit of damage, pushes through, but of course they're set up at this point, and he's going to get killed. Nothing really that suspicious about that. It does not. He makes his way back over here towards the A site, pushing through that smoke, spots a guy up top, and gets taken out. Him and his teammate do a little double aggression here in mid, and while he wasn't quite able to hit his shots, his teammate kind of cleaned it up until he got taken out of his shots. Didn't seem overly aware of this guy, but he's able to adjust his aim good and get the kill before the terrorist even realized he was there. Notice how well they're using their angles here. If we'll watch that last round again. He's pretty much out in the open here. But because the terrorist has to clear so much, I guess, he doesn't spot him out until way too late. And here, making his way over here towards catwalk, able to take down the first two guys who kind of lined up for him. You can see his gun barrel and just kind of started spraying them down. He has a smoke for mid. Okay. So it looks like he has an intent to make his way over here towards underpass, peeks out, and the angle, it's just, he's so perfect with it. But either way, peeks a little bit short of where you would normally peek underpass, but gets the kill. And there's one guy up close here on the right-hand side. Again, it just seems like his awareness is on point, knowing exactly where this guy is. It's definitely not every round, but it seems to be more to the point than the other person, who is actually a higher ranking phaser than him. Either way, peeks back out, gets another kill. His aim is dead on, and that's definitely going to account for something. Alright, they're pushing through underpass, making their way over here towards the final terrorist. They now know exactly where he is, because he just took down his teammate. And he's making his way over there towards the A site. So it looks like Miss Me is going to start rotating back around. Makes sense. Checks over here towards mid. Doesn't spot anyone out. I'm making his way over here towards A. Got to be a little bit sneakier because he knows he's giving him plenty of time to push in. Checks everything. Hasn't really spotted him out yet. They're running out of time. He's going to molly the plant spot. And it looks like now he's going to spot him out. He's going to go for the kill. And D does not hit the shot and dies. Alright, last round of the game. We'll watch. Spots out this guy, gets caught off guard, tries to spam him through the wood. Now, the only other person I want to check out is SJR. I can't remember what his name is in the leaderboard, but he is one of the top players in the leaderboard. He's at like 32K. So, let's watch this guy on pistol round. They have made their way over here towards the B site. And he's going to push his way out. Kills the CT rotating from catwalk. Just no one tap. All of them have really great aim, honestly. Just that group alone, even if they don't have anything like cheats or, you know, radar hack or anything like that, that's going to carry them very far. And their awareness is definitely on point. Communication seems to be on point. Either way, SJR looking around, spots this guy out, does get taken down by a guy over in jungle. Peek out, one guy up close, he is able to spray him down, one guy in CT spawn. And now, making his way up the stairs here. One guy up close, he heard the footsteps, spraying him down. Over here coming from CT spawn, had taken down his teammate, and he's in position to get that trade. One guy over here on the other side of that smoke. If he does get a smoke kill here, we'll watch this again. Kind of aimed on him. So here he's made his way over here towards middle. He's going to jump up into window. It is smoked off. And he's just going to position himself over here. Now there is one guy on the left-hand side, doesn't hear him, but he has some really good positioning, knowing exactly where that wall is and where that table is, and does get his crosshair on. One guy in sight here over at ticket booth, does peek out, he's checking stuff, ticket booth guy peeks out and gets him. Alright, here he hears this guy, wait, why did he throw a nade at him already? Alright, so this was a little bit weird watching it with the highlights. We're going to watch the whole thing once again. He throws a flashbang for his teammate. Makes his way over here towards Hall's apartments. There is a smoke up. And he throws a nade past the smoke on the guy. A little bit strange. Even before he really hurt him. Yeah, he never really hurt him. And he just kind of naded him. Now it is definitely possible that multiple players on this team have some form of cheat and only use it for like a round here and there, and they all kind of alternate. It is possible because a couple of times there's a little bit of shady stuff. Maybe just intuition. It's possible. Okay, this round he's actually over here in A main. Throws a nade, peeks over here to the left. Good clear on the left side. Trybox kind of let that guy down. Again, a guy up close. That guy gets taken down by his teammate. That spray transfer there, making his way straight towards that guy ticket booth. So yeah, he makes his way out. He does see the guy ticket booth. They're spraying this guy. Molly comes in. This guy's dead. Transfers to the ticket booth. Smoke's kind of overcoming his vision, but he's still able to do some damage before that guy goes down. He doesn't know he's dead yet. Now he does. He pushes up onto the CT side. Gonna spot out one terrorist there. Alright, let's see the one digs. Peeks out, spots the guy out, goes for the repeat. Alright. Now he's going to be pushing his way over here towards mid, and he gets shot from behind. Definitely nowhere near as aware as that last guy, the missed me guy. On this round, him and his teammate double push mid. He's able to kind of pick up the kill here, if I remember correctly. The guy top mid, caught off guard, does do quite a bit of damage before going down. These guys all kind of aim the same way. One guy over here on the right-hand side, pushing his way up. He's going to peek out, spots him out, flicks over, overflicks it, and goes down. All right, now two guys top mid here. He's going to throw a flashbang, peeks out, kills one. Nice little spray transfer to get the second one as well. And last round of the game. Going to peek up here, spots out the last guy in sight, and gets the kill. Now, this was the only other guy queued with them. He is 31k, which is nothing to laugh at. It's still very high rank. Either way. Good kill there. Nothing too crazy so far. He's going to spot out one guy over here in sight. And he does get the headshot on the second shot. What a waste of good aim. Either way. Shoots this guy through the wood. It is a pretty common spam spot. And of course his teammate did spot him out. We'll just give him the benefit of the doubt there. Tries to tap this guy with the USP. Not really able to do too much. He's going to pull his AK here. One guy up close. Cam in the corner just waiting for that CT to push into it. Over here at spawn. I didn't know this guy was their sniper, but you know what? He seems to be. One guy over here in window whiffs the shot. Now going to be hiding behind the wall. Peeking out. Gets the no-scope. Alright, pushing through that smoke. One guy here on catwalk. Just aiming directly at him through the smoke and stuff. One more guy over here in sight. Peeks out, spots him out on the left-hand side, flicks and misses the flick. Teammate's going to push out. He spots one guy over here at Tri-Box, jumping up on the boxes. One more guy over there, close right. Spots out one guy peeking over at Jungle. And there is still one guy in window here, and now he is holding the angle, waiting for the window guy to peek out on him, and he does not get the kill. Drops, another guy peeks out. Didn't look like he was aware of the second guy there. One guy up close here by the smoke. One guy over there in apartments, in palace, whatever you want to call it. On the angle. Spots him out and gets destroyed. Alright, does spot out one guy over here at the A site. He's able to tag him. He's going to spot out one guy crossing here. Once again, not quite able to hit the shot. He is struggling a little bit this game. It doesn't really matter because his teammates were easily able to carry him. Gets shot in the side here. Did not seem aware of that. Right now it just looks like, especially on this map, it's just harder for snipers. What can I say? Peeks out. Does spot one guy out. Not quite able to get on target. Does connect with the second shot. tags this guy coming through over by Palace. One more guy is watching for him. He's pretty aware of that angle right there. Now there's one guy, Trybox, trying to get some info by jumping, and of course that's going to be his downfall. All right, watch it up top. There's one guy on the bottom as well. Peeks out, not expecting the guy mid. Now, despite all of their high rankings in Face It, I have to say that Missed Me looked the most suspicious. Now, they all did have top-level aim. Most of them were getting caught off guard. The only one that really didn't seem to get caught off guard was Missed Me. I think he did get caught off guard like once or twice, where he actually spotted the guy out and he just didn't react to it. Here is a really good example of that. Was he looking at radar? Was he looking away from his screen? Who knows? But he was the one that was getting caught off guard the least and always seemed to know where the opponent was. Is he cheating? I honestly can't say for sure. What I can say is that these guys are far from blatant, and you'd expect that people that are at the top of the leaderboard, given how many cheaters there are, would probably be pretty blatant, especially with their win ratio. Now again, all these guys are from South America. Maybe there's just less cheaters in South America. I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to go through the leaderboard a little bit more and see if some of the other regions are more blatant. But from what I see here, and this is one of their best games, they look pretty legitimate. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Should we all just move to South America so we don't have to play against cheaters?